No, you
jerk.
No, I hate you.
Why?
I'm literally looking at the tab right now.
Don't mind me just drinking my...
Rapu Weeps, my name is Cole, his name is Rick, his name is Jay, we like anime, and this is episode 108 of the Anime Protagonist
podcast.
And on this week's episode, it is, first things first, Happy New Year, everybody. We made it.
Happy New Year!
Made it another year.
How the hell did we make it through 2023?
How is this podcast still going?
Yeah.
You know what? Props to us.
Yeah,
Round of
good
applause,
job,
guys.
Yeah. Good job,
Yeah.
us.
And you know what's like the coolest part, actually?
What's
Is
that?
like, and I feel like the listeners don't really appreciate how hard this is, but like we don't miss episodes.
No.
We haven't missed an episode this year. That's crazy. That's
we do not.
crazy.
I think like last year we missed one and it was because of technical issues.
Yeah, we've only missed one episode since we started. That's
Mhm.
nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
That's a good. That's
Anyway,
an impressive feat.
this week, what we're doing on this week's episode of the Anime Protagonist
On this week,
podcast
yeah.
this week, we're going to be doing our seasonal draft for winter 2024.
Mhm,
24.
mhm.
That's so
boys.
weird to say. That's
Yeah.
And I
How are
mean,
we
it's
already
a,
here?
it's a New Year's tradition. We have resolutions that we have to make.
Mhm, mhm,
Mike went through the list the resolutions that we made last year, and we'll grade our
Our performances.
our ability to hold ourselves accountable.
Mhm.
I really don't need Mike to do that for me, though. I already know.
Oh no.
I
You do.
probably failed both of mine, and I don't even remember what they were.
I know what one of them was, and I know I failed the one that I
You figured
that
it
I
out
remember.
while you were sitting there waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what, though? Resolutions are made to be broken. Most
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions are.
I think most people like quit their resolutions like a week into the new year.
Yeah.
I think, it's like for sure by February, like 90% have fallen to the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's hard to change that quickly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what do you guys say about just diving into it, and maybe name your resolution for this year, Jay?
Oh yeah, sure. I prepared two,
Okay,
and
good.
they're kind of related. But one
Just
is
name one. Name
Sure.
one for now.
Yeah.
We did two last
so-
year as well. I have them here.
Yeah.
written
Okay.
Down, so I'll hold
So
you
my
accountable.
first resolution is I'm gonna watch reviews before the last possible minute. So I'm gonna watch the
Okay.
shows that we're gonna review
Okay.
before literally the day we're recording.
An achievable resolution, definitely, Jay. I wish you the best of luck. Now, Mike,
you.
let's check in on Jay's first resolution from last year and see how he did.
Mhm.
Okay. So I admire your resolution this year, Jay, because I think that's a good goal to have. It's
Mhm.
It's going to help your mental health as well.
Mhm.
Last year, you swore
Yep.
that you
Yep.
would play the video game Hades and give the copy, you had an extra copy, to Cole. This is what you promised us last year. And now
Uh-huh.
tell us, how did you make good on this promise?
So I forgot that I was supposed to play Hades this year,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I
okay.
think I gave my copy to Mike.
correct. That's correct. It's right here. Still sealed.
The total opposite, still sealed and everything.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it back, you can give it to Cole and complete it. There's
I
still
mean,
time.
you
There's still
you
time,
can just give it
baby.
to Cole.
All right, we're 0 for 1. We're doing good.
Doing
I
good.
appreciate-
Completely forgot that I made that resolution.
Honestly, Jay, though, I do like your resolution for this year, though. I think that's that's a good resolution maybe for all three of us. 'Cause I feel like we're all guilty of that one.
Yeah, the way I approached the resolutions this year was like one of them is definitely a big joke related to the pod, but like the whole all in all, I feel like the resolutions I wanted to make were like they're achievable. They're not like that grandiose thing that is like completely unattainable. They're things that I can strive for, and
Yeah.
just a baby step.
No, yeah, I think that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. Now, Michael, it is your turn to put yourself out there.
All right.
But can I just ask you to do something very, very quickly for me? my good friend.
Anything for you, my master.
Can you just move your mic a little bit closer to you?
Oh, I sure can.
Yeah, you sound a little distant.
Sorry. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
The sumptuous tones are here for everyone to hear. This year's first resolution from AniPro Mike. I want to read more manga and more broad. That's kind of a broad one, obviously. But I feel like I've just kind of fallen off the manga lately. Like I don't read that much anymore. I kind of been playing video games more and kind of just like doing other stuff. But I have a specific goal in mind. I would like to get current on the One Piece manga, I think, by the end of this year.
Okay.
And I don't know whether or not I will go through the whole thing of reading all of it, or if I'll just pick it up where I am in the anime. But I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to start and catch up on the One Piece manga.
You know what, Mike? I think that is a very good resolution, and you're in a lucky position where you don't have to scramble for every volume, because the jump vault is just there and available to you.
It's correct, yeah. And I also own the first box set of it as well.
Yeah, that makes
sense. As someone who enjoys a physical manga, it is nice. But the jump vault is especially with like the girth of One Piece.
Yeah, you need like a whole bookshelf for One Piece.
I remember,
very achievable, Mike. Very achievable.
I remember when I caught up on One Piece, I was like scrambling to find every volume because the vault wasn't out yet. And that was not fun.
When was that? How many years ago was that?
2017, 2018.
Okay, yeah.
It's a long time ago now.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? 2018 was like...
That'll be 6 years ago. And tomorrow when this comes out.
Crazy. Now, Mike, we'll check in on that one in a year's time, but now's the time where we check in on your first resolution.
All right. It's kind of a relevant one here. It's funny that this would come up. I vowed 1 year ago today that I would catch up to the One Piece dub in the anime. and I'm semi-pleased to report. I listened a little more because I went on about how I was on episode like 750. I was in Dressrosa. In this year, I've watched over 250 episodes of One Piece. And I think we're on episode 1015 right now. And I think the dub's up to, they've been pumping out the dub lately. And I think that's up to like 1030 or 1040 now. So I'm
so close.
You're
so
very close.
I mean, technically, like I know this episode is coming out on the 31st, but you've still got a couple weeks here, Mike. You can do it.
Yeah. You know what? And my work does this cool thing where they literally do not allow us to come to work during the week of Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's.
Ooh.
They shut the whole place down and you have to use vacation. So there's a prime opportunity here, boys. I might be able to do it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you. Believe in the me that believes in me.
Yeah. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Yeah.
Believe in the Jay that believes in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and believes in ghosts. But no, I honestly, like, if you actually think about it, I did accomplish my feat. Now that I'm working it over in my brain, because at the time when I said that, I don't think the dub was on to episode 1000 yet.
That's true. That's true.
But I said get caught up, and I didn't. So
you were doing some mental somersaults there to try to make it work for yourself. But
honestly, I do what I can. You're pretty damn close. Like
you're close. I think you can do it.
And the cool thing is I think like because like the manga now is I think the manga's on chapter, is it in the 1100s yet, Jay?
1101 as of recording. It'll be like 1103 as of the episode coming up.
But we're like getting to the point now that like there's a reasonable possibility we're gonna have simuldub One Piece going forward by the time that we do our next resolutions. That's kind of a crazy thought.
Yeah. Then you're not behind at all.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn to make a fool of myself.
Yes, please do.
My first resolution I give to you, gentlemen, and our lovely listeners. I resolve to be less self-deprecating.
Yeah.
In IRL and on the podcast. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? This podcast is good. Despite how often I joke about how we're not good.
No,
we're good. We do a good job. And I think
you're good, pal.
Honestly, Cole, I think that's a very good resolution for all of us to have.
I think it's just a good general resolution, and I feel like it's an achievable one, and it's good for my mental health.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm someone who kind of believes in like what you what you think in your mind and what you say can actually like change how you visualize things and like kind of manifest it. So if you're constantly putting yourself and putting stuff down, like you kind of will just do it. You'll manifest it, right?
Manifestation to a certain degree.
Yeah,
I don't believe in like the universe will gift you the blah blah. But like you know, I'm in control of this podcast. If I just bash it all the time, then
what does that say?
Self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like
exactly.
Well, that's good. I will need help on this one though from my friends.
We'll have to. Well, we have your as always. You have our support. We'll support you in your endeavors.
We have your back.
Yeah.
Now let's see if I had my back from a year ago.
Well, you were also thinking of personal growth last year. 1 year ago, Cole, you thought of personal growth, and you had vowed. You swore on that tiny little Kokoro of yours, so hard and black, like a lump of coal.
Yeah, I hate
that you would be nicer to Mike and Jay this year.
Oh no.
And I feel like if anything, you've got meaner to us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think I will say though, I think that means he's gotten more comfortable around us.
Yeah. No, I
there's
tease
like
my friends.
There's I feel like it's more teasing than anything. I'm kind of joking.
I'm sorry for promising you guys the moon and presenting you with a grain of sand. That was very, very disrespectful of me.
Yeah, well.
You know what? We'll forgive you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's your fault this is happening. We keep
kind of
forgiving me.
You.
Yeah, we kind of enabled you
all these years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
maybe we'll learn.
Maybe we'll all learn.
Will not.
We'll all learn together. Jay, what's your second resolution?
My second resolution, honestly, is kind of in line with Cole's resolution from last year. And that is, I'm gonna say more positive things about popular shows.
That's gonna be tough for you, Jay.
Okay. That will be tough for you. But I appreciate your efforts to be like less of a hipster this year.
Yeah. You gotta.
I mean, I only watched Demon Slayer or I only read Demon Slayer before the anime came out. But I mean, hey.
Oh,
see,
No, that one's a joke.
Is there any like shows you can think of in particular that like maybe you want to give a second chance? Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I know for a fact that like Demon Slayer's animation is amazing. But I mean that's ufotable, so like that's just kind of their status quo.
I feel like you gotta not. I feel like Demon Slayer is too late for you. I feel like it.
I mean I already know what happens because I've read the manga front to back, right? So I feel like I've given it as much of a chance as I can.
Yeah, but the animation though.
Honestly,
like
it transcends the manga for sure.
Yeah, I would argue that like rewatching Demon Slayer, and I've read the manga too, but like the anime brings enough of a difference just in the animation alone. Like it's enough of a spectacle to watch it.
Yeah, I get that comment. I think that like the manga and the fact that like I didn't really like the story as much has kind of burned me. To the point where it's kind of like I don't want to be taken out of it. The one that I have considered catching up on, because I've been catching up on a lot of manga lately, is Jujutsu Kaisen. I've kind of come around on that idea of like I want to read Shonen Jump from front to back, just like every time a new issue releases, just be able to read everything. So
I'm actually like kind of surprised that you aren't already, like just out of spite, just purely for like the Herculean feat of just reading all of Shonen Jump.
I used to, but like at one point it just like some stuff would come out and I'd be like, I don't really like that. It's not really grabbing me. So but I
mean you gotta skip some.
Yes.
But you're not skipping this. You're not skipping what's coming next, Jay.
Oh God.
Do you have any guesses, Jay, what your resolution was last year?
I know I did say I was going to read The Devil is a Part-Timer light novel.
Okay.
And I think I also said I wanted to reach 500 anime completed. I don't know which one went through as a thing.
Well, neither of those is the answer.
Oh, well.
Here's what you did say. You said that you want to be nicer to more popular shows and be less of a hipster.
No,
Nice.
he didn't.
He did.
What?
He said the same exact resolution 2 years in a
I was
row.
waiting for someone to do that. That's really funny.
It was funny. As soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, I gotta hold this in. This is gonna be a funny reveal.
Oh my God, Jay.
Well,
And
then.
Well, you know what?
do
It's mulligan. It's a mulligan
do you
on
feel
your
like
resolution.
do you feel like you were nice to any shows this year? Do you feel like you accomplished this?
Considering the fact that that I'm wanting to do it again next year, no.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big. I think that's a big F for both of your resolutions.
I will say I do love Oshinoko, and that's popular. So
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
that's true. That's true.
and I do like Free Run.
And
Okay.
Free Run is very popular.
You know what? Honestly, actually, as like your friend, I have seen personal growth in you. And the 1 year ago, I think Jay would have absolutely dunked on Toradora. Whereas last week, I feel like you just mildly maybe did a layup on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a
Yeah.
light,
it was a light little
3-pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I'm high-fiving everyone as I run back.
Yeah. Whereas like
You
a
know.
year ago, you would have like slam dunked it over Cole and then like stood over him and looked down at him and yelled at him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
You would have put me on a
in-
poster.
Like
Yeah.
in
Posterized.
Kuroko's basketball where they slam dunk and then the person just kind of like falls down to on their butt
Yep.
and they're just
exactly.
kind of looking down at them. Yeah.
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 I think Allen Iverson to Steve Kerr is the one I'm thinking of. I think that's what happened, but yeah.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it next?
It's your turn, Michael.
It's your turn, Mike.
Me, Mr. Mike. Okay. So I've said I'm going to read more manga and get current on One Piece and probably some other stuff too. This one's kind of in the same vein.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch 10 anime that have been on my planning list for more than a couple years.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to complete some of those anime that I haven't watched in a long time. I'm looking at you, Fate Apocrypha. I'm looking at you, Bakano.
Uh-oh.
Assassination Classroom.
Assassination Classroom.
We've got some
Noragami.
unfortunate news coming up later,
We
ladies
do,
and
yeah.
gentlemen.
I'm sorry about the review, guys. We're going to have to audible in a minute, but we'll talk about that in a bit. There's just like, you know how your planning list on AniList or like the shows that you're like, oh, I really want to watch that show. And then you just never do.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I'm
like
watch
when
10 of those.
Have you ever had this thing where like you're currently watching a show and then you find another show that you just like, you're like, oh, that looks so cool, but I want to wait till I finish the show I'm already watching. So you put it into your plan to watch. And then by the time you finish the show you're watching, it's like,
You've forgotten about it.
yeah.
Yep. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
That
Right
is
now-
my planning list.
Yeah. Right now I have Ranking of Kings, just like this little sequel side stories that he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like halfway through it, and I just haven't had the time or effort or desire to go watch it. It's so close to being dropped, but it's good. I don't want to drop it because it's good, but it's like there's so many other things I want to watch. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of good anime out there. You just gotta watch it and enjoy it.
Now,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yes.
it's time to review your report card.
Okay, so the first one I was trying to catch up on the dub, and then the second one last year, I swore to you, my illustrious co-hosts,
Mm-hmm.
that I, Michael Jeremiah Simpson,
Mm-hmm.
would obtain and read a light novel. I don't know if I've passed this one.
Okay.
Well, you did obtain a light novel because I gave you volume 1 of Overlord.
You
and then
did.
you gave it back to me.
So here's what I did though, Jay. I obtained the audiobook of that light novel and listened to it. Does that count?
I think
Is what
that
I'm
counts.
asking
So.
you
I
two,
think
my
so.
illustrious co-hosts.
I think that counts. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
that's how I take in books, so I hope
Yeah.
it counts.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to sit down and read for that length of time,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably not going to bode well for my first resolution this year. But the audiobook is a much nicer format, and I've listened to a few light novel audiobooks, I think, this year. I listened
just
to
more
Konosuba,
convenient.
I listened to Overlord, I listened to Classroom of the Elite, I think. Yeah, we're in a good spot.
Yeah. No,
I'll give
Mike,
myself part marks for that one.
No, I give you full marks for that one.
Yeah, no, I give you full marks. I think you did a good job.
Thank you. You guys are too nice.
Yeah, Mike, you're saving this resolution thing.
I'm a man of my word. I truly am. Yeah. Shining golden soldier.
This is my second resolution, which honestly is probably going to be pretty difficult for me. But lately I've been playing this game. It's called Honkai Star Rail.
Okay.
I resolve to pull Kafka in Honkai Star Rail.
I would love if you do this before the episode goes up.
No, I won't. I think it's mid-January is her banner. Oh,
is it? Okay.
I think the date was like January 17th or something.
Yeah, okay. Mama's coming home, boys. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
She's gonna put a bomb in your heart and blow it up, buddy.
Yep. Yep. So are you
allowed to spend money to accomplish this, or is this just purely through determination alone?
No, I've been wondering, like, am I gonna whale for this one, or
I don't know, man.
I mean, it can be done. I should set a limit for myself if I do. Like, I should be like, okay, I'll whale up to whatever, $50 or something like that.
Yeah, that's, you know what? If you throw $50 at the game, I feel like throwing $50 at like Genshin or Star Rail or something is like, that's fair. You put the time in. It's like you pay more for a game than $50, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the game's free, so
I feel like this is an achievable one. I'm saving up my polls for her. I feel
stellar
like
jades. Yes.
I feel like I can do it. Now
I believe in you.
Now let's see if your belief in me is valid, or if I have a tendency of failing.
Oh. Yeah. Would you like to know what you promised us last year?
Well, I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
Well, I think I probably resolved to watch all of my shows that I draft, and I immediately failed.
Listen, Cole, give yourself a ding, because that's correct.
Yeah.
You vowed that you would watch all of your shows for this year.
Yeah.
I feel like you got better at it, though. I feel like you I give you part marks for this one.
Don't give me part marks. No, don't give me your pity marks.
No, because in previous years, or in like the previous ones, there was points where like you would watch 2/3 of your shows, like this time I feel like there were seasons where you watched every show.
Let me remind you though that I made this resolution and then drafted Inukai's son's dog or whatever, and never watched an episode of that. Yeah.
That's kind of valid though, actually. As someone who watched an episode for you, I fell on that sword for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for doing that for me. But yeah, I take your pity points and I respectfully give them back to you, because I don't feel like I deserve it this time.
That's fair.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So Jay and I both went 0 for 2. Mike went 2 for 2.
Oh, did he go 2 for 2? Yeah,
well, right now it's 1 for 2, but I think he's gonna. I think he'll be
by the time this episode goes up, it'll be 2 for 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in him.
Yeah.
It's time for the mailbag.
We're in the mailbag. It's mailbag
time. Get me with that dang drop. I always think I know when you're going to get me with it, and then you just somehow still sneak it on me.
No, you never know. You never know. I am an enigma. My mind.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Then it cuts to milk spilling.
That's right. Correct. It's one of those monkey toys with the symbols. Mailbag time. If you want to submit a mailbag, you can do that on our website, AniProPod.com/mailbag, or on our Discord, which is where these mailbags are from. I've got 2 mailbag questions for you guys. They're long, loose, and full of juice, so to speak.
Oh, just the way we like them.
Yeah. The first one is from Super Mexi, and he wants to know, do you wear underwear at home?
Okay, I saw this one when it came in, and I was a little nervous about it, but
why were you nervous about it?
Why were you nervous?
I was just like, I wasn't sure how we would take this. So the answer is sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean,
are you just like, do you just walk around nude?
No. Like there's just sometimes, like say you're just rocking a pair of pajama pants around the house. You don't have to wear gitch with those. You don't have to wear underwear all the time.
No, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Pajama pants are basically long underwear to begin
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
Or like if you're
even,
going into the
even
shower.
pair of sweatpants or something, or if you're working out. There's reasons. I'm not going out in public gitchless though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Not going commando. Now, Jay, quick pant check on Jay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants.
Okay. Okay. Well,
and I mean, I always wear underwear at home unless I'm showering. I don't shower with my underwear on.
I always wear underwear at home. I'm 100% never nude. I like the feeling of underwear on my skin.
I don't like the idea of being nude.
You're a never nude?
No, I'm a never nude.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I always wear underwear at home. Yeah. Unless I'm
like always?
Yeah,
like
unless
into
I'm showering
the shower
or like
Yeah.
or like asleep.
I feel like you're a little more prim and proper than me though. I'm a bit of a wild man.
Yeah, you're a little bit of a wild man.
A little bit down to clown.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, do you wear underwear when you put your bathing suit on?
No.
Who does that?
I don't know, but like,
no, I know some people do that, but it's like
some people do that.
Like bathing suits are designed to like dry.
Yeah.
Underwear will just remain this
it's
wet
just gonna be
mess.
soaked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And wearing something like that on your body while you're while you're drying off, it doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We're still good. Yep.
Okay. Well, I've got another mailbag question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from Devin. This is a regular mailbag question. What was your first game console or handheld?
Ooh. I have two. I can think of both.
Yeah, I know both.
Okay. Well, do I know? Yeah, I know both actually too.
I feel like it's a pretty like this is a distinct memory for sure. Is like when you first got these things.
My first console. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say, do you guys still have your first consoles?
No,
I do.
There's a story to that as well.
I do have my first console. It's in my living room. It's absolutely destroyed.
I think I know what it is.
I think it still turns on though, but it's they don't make them like that anymore. The outside of it is just destroyed. But Super Nintendo,
yeah.
My Super Nintendo. No, it does definitely work because I bought an adapter recently, and my brother was playing Super Mario Brothers on it. Super Mario Brothers World or
Super Mario
World. Yeah. I still got it.
I guess technically my first console was an NES. My dad had an SNES before I was born, but the first one that was given to me was an NES. But the first console that like someone bought for me was a PS2. I remember for my birthday, I got a PS2 and Spider-Man 1, like the movie tie-in, because I was a huge Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, that first Spider-Man game though is it doesn't have the same reputation as Spider-Man 2.
No.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is so much better.
Well, yeah. Still to this day.
I'm just smiling
it
and
holds
nodding.
up.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Well, Mike, you do know which console you had first, though.
I do, and the answer is a Super Nintendo. Yes, I got a Super Nintendo when I was real young. I weirdly got like the Mario Karts and stuff. And I remember there's one game I got, and it's super obscure, and I've never heard anyone else talk about it. But it was called Ultima.
Mm-hmm.
It was like some kind of like old RPG. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. It was like Ultima something. It used to be like an RPG series. Jay will look it up. I can see him working. The gears are turning. Yeah. He can't help himself.
No, I'm just curious which
look it up. Ultima for the Super Nintendo, and I love that game so much, and it's probably the reason I like RPGs so much to this day.
I was gonna say, probably awoken something in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember what your second console was?
N64. I was a Nintendo boy up until I got an Xbox.
You're still a
360.
Nintendo boy.
I am. Yeah, they make good stuff. They make a lot of.
They make fun consoles. Yeah,
they're like me. I like fun over all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I got my Switch right here.
Got your Switch. Hey, look, I got my Switch right here too.
I remember I was both.
I got this
because
one too.
my first ever like thing that played video games that I got was the Game Boy Advance SP.
Nice.
It was a blue GBA, and
back when you could get different colored consoles, like
yeah.
I guess Switch
Nintendo did that.
I literally just held up 2 different colored Switches.
Yeah,
that's true. You definitely can still get different colored consoles. Yeah.
But you can. You know what? It's mostly just the controllers that are different color these days. You really only get black or white for the actual console.
I mean, the PS5 now, you can get like a bunch of different plates for it now.
Yeah, and the Switch Mini or whatever it's called, the one that is only portable comes in different colors.
Yeah, the one I wish I would totally get it because I like the style of like the Switch Lite, but they don't let you easily switch back and forth. Like you can't start a game on your home Switch and then go to the Switch Lite. Yeah, which I think is a big flaw, but that is neither here nor there. My first handheld was a Game Boy Color. I don't remember. I like both of these are kind of weird answers because I remember playing the original Game Boy and I remember playing the original Nintendo, and I've later got one, but I never owned them. But I remember getting, I think it was for my birthday. I got one of the, and this is another thing I miss, is the clear purple Game Boy Color.
Game Boy colors. Yeah.
Oh, the clear shells hold a special place in my heart. One of these days I'm going to mod one of my Game Boys to have the clear shell again. But alas, I do not own it anymore because it was stolen from me in the 3rd grade.
Darn.
Wow. Yeah. That's sad. What happened to your Super Nintendo? You said there was a bit of a story behind that too.
So I had all my old consoles in like you don't want to get rid of them, right? Nostalgia reasons and stuff. I had them in the basement at my parents' old house, and then I found out later that my mom just gave them away. Like she had a garage sale, and then I guess some kid came and wanted them, and just was like, and she's like, "Oh, you can just have them." And at some point, it's kind of like nice. I guess that's a nice thing to do, give a kid a game, but like, you realize those are.
That kid's probably a puke.
You know the kid, actually. You know the kid.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get you that console back. My first handheld was a Nintendo DS that I bought secondhand, and I was like 26.
Yeah, I feel like you're not a handhold.
I never had Game Boys or anything. Actually, that's not true. I did have an original Game Boy when I was younger, and I only had Tetris for it. Yeah.
Oh, but it's the only game you need for the most part.
Yeah, because the original Game Boy could barely run anything.
It also didn't have a backlight.
Didn't have a backlight. It was huge.
Neither did the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
No, the Game Boy Color didn't either. And we had like, I could probably look up what I'm talking about, but like it had all of these like add-on accessories.
Yes.
It had the magnifying thing to make you be able to see
the front light thing.
The front
had
light,
like a light
and the extra speakers.
I distinctly remember, like, for the Game Boy Color, there was this little, like, you could plug it into I think it was the headphone jack. I don't know. It was a very weird looking jack. And remember, for the younger listeners, there was no such thing as rechargeable batteries for these back in the day.
You had to put in 4 AA batteries for this.
And they went through batteries.
Yeah, it drained the thing.
Oh yeah. So like I remember being on like road trips and you plug in this little light and it had like one of those little like bendy arms and you like bent it over so you could still play your game at night.
Yeah. No, it was a specific. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Know what
it was like a specific jack.
It plugged into the trading cable port. That's what it was, because there was no wireless communication. You had to haul around a literal cable
for the kids. Yeah, back in the day, you had to use a cable to link up your two consoles. There was there was none of this wireless crap.
The Game Boy Color had that little like RFID.
Yes, but almost nothing used it.
I think you could with Pokemon. If you held if you held the consoles up to each other, then you could trade.
I actually still have one. It's in my drawer. I just never use it because I don't.
It's not RFID. It's like what's in a remote control.
Yeah.
I think it's just IR.
IR. Yeah. Well,
good question though, Devin. Yeah.
Good question. That was a nice walk down memory lane. Now, okay, we've got 2 more things we got to do before we get to the break. The first one is we need to make a public apology. Gentlemen, ready and bow.
Sumimasen.
So sorry. So sorry.
Last week we said we were going to review the hit animation television program known as Baccano. Baccano isn't on anything.
I'm sorry. I had just assumed. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I had assumed, since it's such a beloved property, that there were ways to watch it. But apparently the license to watch it in the West expired in like 2016, and then they said we don't need it. It's in the place that Evangelion used to be in, where the only ways to watch it are illegally. And us here at the AniPro's official stance on that is you should watch things legally.
Yeah.
So
we're definitely not going to.
conscious.
We're not going to do a review where we've got to go sailing. I feel the pain though, because Macross,
it is a good show.
same thing.
I know.
And I want to watch Baccano.
I want to watch it too. Please, someone license it so we can watch it and then review it.
When the licensing comes in, ladies and gentlemen, we will review Baccano.
We will review it, yeah.
You have my word.
Yes.
In the meantime, though, we do have to pick a different review, unfortunately. So,
yes.
Mike, do you have a second anime? Do you want to give us some hints, and then we'll reveal it after the draft?
Yes, I'm still kind of flipping and flopping here because I sort of prepared for this and then didn't really follow through. So I'm hoping that you guys haven't watched this one. But it's one that's kind of it's piqued my interest quite a bit over the years here. And I don't know that much about it.
Okay.
Whatever. I'll just go with this one just to.
Yeah, I mean, we did Toradora last week.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure that I think Jay's watched it, but I don't think Cole's watched it. Okay, whatever. The tags for this one are Ghost, School, Teen Cast, and Ensemble Cast. Episodic. It is came out in the 2020s. So it came out in the last 5 years, or I guess last 3 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you the studio because I feel like when I tell you the studio, it kind of gives it away too much. Genres are action, comedy, drama, mystery, and supernatural. Kind of's got a bit of everything. This one's all over the place.
I have a guess.
Okay. Well,
we'll talk about it, obviously.
And,
we'll
and
find
listeners,
out later.
comment. Show us how smart you are. Comment your guess now, and then see if you got it right too. Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube or something.
Okay, so we'll reveal that after the draft. But first, we need to see what order we're drafting in, Jay.
Yes.
Jay went and did crunched the numbers.
I crunched the numbers.
I've been too busy. I've been watching The Boy and the Heron nonstop.
So literally, though.
Yeah.
Tune into our patron bonus episode this month.
Yeah. Go become a patron and go listen to that. But we have a slew of shows that we drafted, and some of them were good, and some of them
were not good.
Didn't want to say it.
Terrible. Yes. No. I know one for sure that fits that caliber.
And because of that, we took the two, or the highest rated show and the lowest rated show of each of our drafts, and then the scores from our new anime pick and anime of the season pick, and averaged those out, and that was our score. And the highest score will get a point on Cole's thing. The lowest score will be the first to pick a draft pick. Yeah.
I do want to mention as well, we're also adding a rule that whoever wins the draft also gets to make the selection for their seasonal awards first, and we can't overlap.
Yeah.
So that's a new rule that we're doing now too.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of briefly mentioned, but we're also not able to, for our seasonal awards, say Cole gives all his award, he gives something to Jujutsu Kaisen. Me and Jay can't give Jujutsu Kaisen an award for that category then after that point.
Yeah, we can't overlap awards. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So there's some stakes here.
Yeah. There's incentive now to do well in the draft.
And you know what? This is also for your benefit, because it means that there's a lot more shows and a lot more things that you can vote for our awards. So
everything we do, we do it for you.
Yeah. There's a song there.
Yeah. Almost as if it's a thing that people talk about all the time. I don't know where I was going with that. Sure. Let's just get into the numbers. So in third place,
first overall draft pick goes to
overall draft pick with a score of 73.25.
Okay.
Is me.
I knew it. The tank job worked. What were your shows where was your 2?
So my lowest score from my draft was Butareba at 55. And my highest
55.
Yeah. Ooh. And my highest was Eminence in Shadow with an 84.
That saves you quite a bit.
And then just to round it out, what were your anime picks?
And then my new anime pick was Shy with a 65 and Frieren with an 89.
Nice.
So that's kind of where rounded it out.
Frieren though. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Good stuff. There are some dang good shows in fall.
There was a lot of good shows this season. So now,
Jay, who is picking? Or I guess who gets the point? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just tell you who won. I'll just tell you who won.
Who won?
Because after that, we know who came in second place. So the winner.
If you ain't first or last.
With a score of 78.25 versus a score of 74.5.
Who
is
tight race.
Cole.
Oh,
I had
ladies
a feeling.
And gentlemen.
Yeah. I'm guessing Kami Arabi sewered me.
Yeah, that was the big thing. The thing about all of Cole's shows is they were very like consistent. The lowest score he had was a 67 with Girlfriend season 2. But everything else was score, really. No, that's honestly that's a decent score, and everything else was just kind of.
Oh man, Cole, you had a good draft. Looking at it now,
yeah.
Diaries, Pluto.
I have all the scores in the doc, by the way. If you want to check.
I'm looking at them now. I was trying to. I scrolled down midway through your revelation, and I didn't want to look, but
it's. I think it was. You guys just had those ones that just kind of sewered you, both of you.
Yeah, if I didn't have Kami Arabi, I probably would have.
Oh my God, Kami Arabi had a 47.
47.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
I want to remind both of you that when Mike drafted this, Cole went, "Oh, this looks good. I kind of want to watch it too."
I know that didn't happen.
That's podcast lore. That's Cole's the one that got away. That's Cole's one that got away.
My new anime of the season was Apothecary Diaries with an 85, and my anime of the season was Ancient Mage's Bride. Was it 76? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's surprising. And Mike, new anime was Undead Unluck with a 77. And his anime of the season was Pluto with an 85. Yeah.
The one you sniped that one for me, I remember. I forgot about it when we were drafting, and then I was like, no.
Yeah, you took
Mr. Pluto.
And then
you took Frieren.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Which is absurdly good. So after the break, Jay's going to draft first, followed by Mike, and then me. But we'll go to a break. Here's a message from our partner in crime.
Yes.
Break. I think somebody's at my door.
You should go get that. Get out of here, Cole.
I hope it's not that thing I ordered. That would be embarrassing. Just 1 sec.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. It wasn't that holo body pillow that I ordered.
Oh.
Yeah, it was actually our sponsor for this month, TokyoTreat.
Yay! TokyoTreat is a monthly pop Japanese snack subscription box where you can get up to 20 of the latest exclusive limited edition and seasonal flavored snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time, like Sakura Pepsi, various Japanese Kit Kat flavors, ramen, and many more treats.
TokyoTreat's theme for December is Snacktacular Christmas. Celebrating Christmas in Japan is truly one of the most joyful and delectable experiences of the year. The TokyoTreat team is excited to offer you a delightful array of holiday flavors with their Snacktacular Christmas theme.
We did our usual tradition where we have to I want this, okay, I want this. Let's all try everything together. We'll do feats of strength to determine who gets to take home the best goodies. You know what I had to fight for to obtain for my own personal use? I had to fight for my ramen packet because every month I love that they include a nice little ramen packet here. And as a ramen aficionado, I have to slay these two beasts away from my ramen packet to take it away. This month, it was spicy umakura flavor ramen And boy, was it not too spicy, but nice and spicy. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. It was a nice little flavor that you kind of can't get here. And I really appreciate they include a different flavor in each box.
Strawberry chocolate cake Kit Kats. It was the best Kit Kat I've ever had.
It probably is, honestly, the best Kit Kat I've ever ate. It genuinely tasted like I was eating a piece of cake, but it was a Kit Kat. I love it.
If you wanted that like feel of Christmas, have these. It was like one of the most Christmas feeling things I've ever eaten. I really enjoyed the Christmas cake gummies. Like normally, and I think Cole was saying this when we were eating them. Like he was expecting like those gummy burgers that kind of just like taste like nothing, but like they were just like full of strawberry flavor, and it was just like delicious.
I'm telling you, man, like Japanese snacks hit different.
They got it figured out. And I love the way that they just pack this box full of like unique ones that really just hit the palate oh so nicely.
Each box comes with a handy booklet explaining all of the terrific treats that can be found inside your Tokyo Treat box. The booklet also contains a helpful amount of information about Japanese culture.
Don't forget, 'tis the season and Tokyo Treat would make a great gift for your loved ones. Once again, use our code AniPro after clicking the link in the description for $5 off your first box. Thank you again to Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get back to this podcast thing that we do.
Welcome back to the Anime Protagonist Podcast.
Where is the convenience store?
Yeah.
Oki. What was Oki again?
Big.
Big?
Big.
What's big?
Brazil
Is big?
Yeah.
Okay. Jay, put your phone down. We got a podcast to do.
Fine.
Mike already did the intro.
He did.
He didn't even wait for us.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
we're in this podcast, baby.
Here we are.
In this hoe.
Here we are. I need my phone for the draft, actually. So,
Oh, yeah. No, I guess I should
I have
probably
notes.
pull Annie list
I
up.
have
We're very
notes.
prepared. We're very prepared.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's all good, though. This is fun. I always like doing the draft.
Yeah.
No,
It's
the
a
drafts
good
are always
time.
good. It's a good way to kind of just look forward. Everything's all peachy and rosy at the time right now because none of these shows have gone to crap yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
There's no,
Yeah,
we
everything
don't know
is...
the Kami Arabi's
anything could be
terrible
good.
yet. You know, like
I knew it would be, though.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who won the draft, though, last season?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta put it. We also like we're only competing against one, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, so let's get this
Let's
draft
just
rolling.
Jump right into it.
Should we just get drafting?
We should get drafting,
Do we
and-
want to explain the rules of what we do for this draft?
Yeah,
Like,
It's always good to like explain things for people who are new here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, this is I forget that this is like a unique thing that only we do. This is a certified AniPro thing that only we do here on this podcast. And for once, I'm not making a stupid comment.
Yeah, no
No
for
other
real.
podcast does this.
Yeah.
We have a competition every season. As you heard, we went over our draft picks in the previous half.
Mhm.
We pick 5 shows. We are required to watch all of our first pick.
Yeah.
And then progressively less as we move along down the line. We also have to pick a new anime of the season and a general anime of the season. We try not to pick shows that have kind of gone past season 2, I think is our general rule of thumb.
Yeah, it's just like at this point, if
it's
you know,
kind
what's the point of reviewing season 3 of something, right?
Yeah.
You already know what
It's-
you've already.
It is kind of a loose rule, but yeah, no, Mike's right. Like, who's coming to a podcast or like a YouTube thing to be like, oh man, how's season 3 going or how's season 6 going?
And this kind of hurts me in this season because Classroom of the Elite season 3 is ineligible here, and I'll probably be watching that show. So yeah.
Is there any other things you guys wanted to maybe just point out that I'm forgetting?
We talked about the stakes and before the break, so I think we're ready to rock.
We're basically going like draft style, like sports draft style. So we draft shows, and we're basically the ones in charge of keeping up with it to talk about throughout the season. So
we're assembling our teams.
It's like a fantasy draft. Like we took the sports fantasy draft and turned it into anime. So yeah. And with the first overall pick,
the pick is in.
Moly has it. The pick is in.
No, Jay has it.
Oh no, Jay has it. Right. That's how drafts work in sports. Is the worst
last
team gets to go first. Yeah. So now what did Butareba get you?
Butareba got me for the first overall draft pick of 2024. Not just
the pick is in.
Not just the season, but of the year.
Oh, that's true.
I pick for Team J.
I like these getting into it.
Solo leveling.
Oh, you dirty little dingle, you.
No, I mean, hey, that makes sense. Totally understandable.
I mean, it's such a popular or very hyped show, and like, I get it. I get the hype. I as someone who's read the novel, I get it. Like, it's not like, you know, we're not expecting free run here, but I think that like what this show does, it is popular for a reason. And I think the people who like that kind of thing will be into this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I mean, Sawano's doing the music, like TXT's doing the OP, and like that song slaps from the trailers.
X together. K-pop. Let's go.
Now, Mike, you and I have watched drafts in the past. Let's do a quick
analysis. I think that's
analysis
of that could be fun. Honestly, I think that's a fun way to handle this. Yeah. This Jay has had some sketchy drafts in the past, and in this one he went with just straight chalk. He took the obvious pick. I like it though. It's
though, I agree, but
it's a solid
I feel like
double. It's may not be a home run, but it's a solid double.
I feel like there's still some risk here based on previous manhwa adaptations. I hope this goes well for Jay, but there's definitely some risk here. And you know what? Risk, you could go big, or you could
I think
swing.
I think
miss
that's just my MO here. Like I feel like every time I do a draft, I either go big or go home. And you know,
I like the Dallas Cowboys. You're just kind of either take trash or really good players. And you've picked the number one most popular show of 2024 and the number one most popular for the season. So I feel like you if this goes wrong, it's not on you, my friend. I don't think so.
It's got the hype behind it. It's got the hype train.
A1's a good studio too, and people have seen the first episode too, and they said it was good. So
and from the trailers, like the show looks really good animation wise, and I mean it looks like there were some scares about like them not honoring the original piece and like kind of making it more Japanese oriented, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that, and I'm cautiously optimistic, I think is the way to put it.
Well, they changed the names, right, is the one thing that I did notice, and the art style is a little different, but I think it'll be good. At least I don't think it'll be terrible.
Now, Mike, with the second overall pick in this draft, is the pick in?
The pick is in. We don't have to wait for the countdown timer. You know how you're watching the timer countdown. You're like, are they going to miss it? By the way, fun fact. You think, oh, of course these teams, like all these professional franchises in sports, would never miss a pick. They've got this stuff figured out. They're professional organizations. They're multi-million-dollar things. No, the Minnesota Vikings actually missed a draft pick, like in recent history.
Oh my God. Here's Mike with, speaking of, you're on the clock right now. You're going to miss your pick.
I got 2 minutes. See, I was hoping to do a little bit of a stealthy one here, and I was hoping Jay wasn't going to take solo leveling. And I was planning to get this one in the second round, but no, it's a good pick. You took it. And now I must go with my second pick for the season, which will be Delicious in Dungeon. Dungeon Meshi. It's my favorite studio. It's Studio Trigger. It's a cooking show. It's a fantasy show. Like, what else is there not to like? Bump of Chickens doing the OP.
Like that OP does go hard.
I know. This is going to be a good show at the very least. If anything, it will be a show that I enjoy, and it looks fun, and it looks interesting and a little bit zany, and that's definitely the vibe I go for.
Yeah, it definitely looks fun. Yeah.
If people don't know what it's about, basically, it's like think like a fantasy show where they're like dungeon crawling, except like kind of the twist is that they cook and eat the monsters, and it's also kind of like campfire cooking in another world from a couple seasons ago, but Studio Trigger doing it. And this one is kind of the most acclaimed of those properties, like the weird isekai cooking shows. But I don't think this one's an isekai. I think it's just straight up a fantasy.
Yeah. No, I as far as analysis goes on this one, I mean, hey, like Studio Trigger, it's probably going to do well in terms of the vote.
I think the thing
I think it's a solid pick.
I think it's a solid pick. The thing that really interests me is it's an adaptation, and Trigger kind of normally does their like the classic Trigger thing is they do their own thing with like originals. So I'm really interested to seeing how they kind of deal with an adaptation.
Yeah,
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, coming off of like, I guess technically Cyberpunk was an adaptation, but it was an original story.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's left a good taste in our mouths, if you'll pardon the pun, with Cyberpunk, and I think they're ready to serve up nice second
helping,
course.
Yeah.
Second course, yeah.
Yeah, good pick, Mike. Good
pick.
Thank
you. I'm glad you guys approve. Cool.
Now it's my turn, and there's two options for me here at this point. And one of them I'm a little hesitant to pick because I feel like there's unknowns with everything, of course. But I gotta go with the one whose main character is voiced by one of my favorite seiyuu in Tomoyo Kurosawa. It's by Studio Bones.
Oh, yeah.
It is Metallic Rouge.
Just going straight into it. Okay.
Metallic Rouge.
I
Jay
appreciate this pick. Yeah.
Jay kind of outed himself on this one. He really wanted it. He said he was trying to hide it from me. So, of course, I'm going to take it. I don't want him to take this in the
I was
going to
draft this like fourth. I'm going to be honest.
No, you weren't.
He got in your head, Cole. What's this one about? Like, what's like the...
Well, I mean, allow me to read the synopsis here off of our friends at AniList. Metallic Rouge takes place in a world where humans and androids coexist. The story follows Rouge, an android girl who is on a mission on Mars with her partner Naomi. The mission is to murder 9 artificial humans who are hostile to the government. Yeah, I mean, it is anime original. It is from Studio Bones.
Director of Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it could potentially be very good.
Yeah.
It's some straight up sci-fi. I'm here for it.
It looks cool for sure. Like, and I see a big mech in the background. I'm always pro mech.
Yeah, I think that this is like a certified Cole show. Like, it's got that magical girl transformation scene in it. Like, it definitely looks really good.
I think the odds of this ever getting back to you, though, to analyze the pick more so, I think this is a good pick here because I think if you didn't take this, I think Jay might be playing a bit of mind games with you. He might have took it next.
I think so.
And you never know. He's a wild card. He does crazy things in his drafts.
Who knows?
And with him saying I would have taken it fourth, it wouldn't have gone fourth, Jay. No, I would have picked it.
I would have picked it in the second round.
Okay.
Because this is like a weird season. Like, there's not really that much. I feel like there's not that many shows.
The thing that sells it for me, though, is, like I said, Tomoyo Kurosawa. I mean, hey man, Foss is being the main character again. I'm ready for some Gwez. I'm ready for some Haas. I'm ready for some random noises. She is my favorite seiyuu. Some bue and gwe. Jay.
Yes.
I'm ready for your next pick.
Yeah, my next pick is a show that I thought Cole would have been really, really interested in, but seems like
I am. I know where you're going with this one.
Seems like I'm going to be able to take it. It's a shoujo anime. And before I reveal what it is, I'm going to give you the synopsis that Crunchyroll so lovely decided to curate for us. With these hands, I want to tell you that I love you. Yuki, a deaf college student, is struggling one day with an upperclassman from her school. Itsuomi helps her out. Itsuomi isn't put off at all by her lack of hearing and interacts with her naturally. As he gradually opens up a new world to her, Yuki begins to develop feelings for Itsuomi. Thus begins the pure love story of Yuki, a deaf college girl, and Itsuomi, her upperclassman who travels the world with her.
This
Gentlemen,
one looks great. Yeah.
Listeners, my second draft pick will be A Sign of Affection.
Also known as kind of a silent voice, but not really.
Yeah.
Jay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This wasn't even on my radar.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. This because it just seems like something that'd be up your alley. You know what, Jay? You might have misread.
It definitely is.
Because I probably would have took this as well. This seems like it's going to be a really good show, and it also has the added bonus that it's one that I know Shazana would like.
Yeah,
I for sure would be watching it with her.
I had a feeling that Cole would like it, but like I'm not surprised that you would have wanted it too. It seems like that kind of show that both of you would be interested in.
Oh, I'm interested in. I'm interested in this now for sure.
Now
I'll probably be watching it. Yeah.
Analyze the pick a little bit. The studio that did it is kind of a little suspect here. They've really only done. They've been around for a while, but they've kind of only done Ascendance of a Bookworm, and that's basically it.
They also did
but Ascendance of a Bookworm is very popular.
It's true. Yeah. Really, the studio's been around since 2000. What is going on here? I didn't even know. I've never even heard of these guys before. Studio Agiato?
Since the 80s.
Yeah, they've just only put out like 1 or 2 things a year. Interesting.
Yeah, by the way, because we should probably say this because we are in we are presenting these shows to listeners. Both Solo Leveling and A Sign of Affection are available on Crunchyroll.
Yes. I think Delicious in Dungeon is also Crunchyroll as well.
Netflix.
Let me check. It's Netflix. That's correct. Yeah. Netflix.
And mine is Crunchyroll.
There you go.
Metallic Rouge is Crunchyroll.
How do you feel about Jay's last pick there, Cole?
I like it. I like Jay's last pick. If I paid attention to things more, I probably would have taken it myself. But you know me, I come in, I don't know what I'm doing. I
did the thing like before this where I watched a couple of YouTube videos and stuff of like people doing the top 10 most hype anime for 2024 winter. And like that this one was on all the lists. So
yeah. I read a little bit of the manga and it's really good. Like the two leads have great chemistry together. I love the like a silent voice-esque feel to it. I'm really excited for this show.
Yeah,
no, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'll be watching it for sure. Good pick, Jay. Good pick.
Thank you.
Mike, it's your turn.
Yes. Now, I could go. This is where things get deeper. I feel like there's a drop off after this one. I feel like there's not that much left that I really must watch. So I'm kind of not sure where to go with this. There is one that's teasing me here, but I don't think I'll go that route because I want to be a nice guy. I'll be nice to my friend Colioli, and instead I will take an anime that's being animated by Yokohama Animation Lab. It's based on a manga. The title is The Witch and the Beast. I'm going to read the synopsis provided by Crunchyroll. It all started with the 17 origins, whose powers were passed down to individuals who still exist around the world today. A man carrying a coffin and a girl with the eyes of a beast appear in town. That girl was once cursed to be a witch, and now searches for her in order to undo the curse. Is the witch who appears before them the quarry they've been searching for? And how can this curse be undone? The quest for revenge against an evil witch begins rolling when the beast captures the witch. This magnificent and intense dark fantasy begins now.
Right now.
I don't know a ton about this, but it just kind of seems like a more mature. One of the tags here is seinen. It's got witches. I like witches. Female protagonist. I like that. Urban fantasy, I like that. It gives me a bit of vibes of like undead murder farce, but a little more serious and maybe gory and kind of actiony. So I'm excited for this one. I have a good feeling. I don't think it's getting a lot of hype or anything like that, but it just kind of seemed like the most me show of the ones that are left. And hopefully I enjoy it. What do you guys think of my pick?
Well, the manga's sitting at a 78% right now.
That's a good
on
sign.
AniList, which is a good sign. I
PV
like the
looked
character
good, too.
designs in it.
Yeah.
I like this pick. It's kind of a dark horse, I think. It's a little early, I think, maybe for the second round. There's some in here I would pick ahead of it, but definitely I feel like it's the risk is worth it, I think.
Okay.
I think that this show could go one of two ways. I think it could either be like a really interesting dark fantasy show with vampires and all that, or it could go the edgy route. And like, despite the fact that it might be edgy, I know that the people who like that kind of thing rate it high, and that might be the reason why. So who knows how this goes?
I do like edgy stuff.
Yeah.
And it depends how they what edgy path they take it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did have this show on my radar, but I'm kind of iffy on it just because I don't know. I'm a little iffy, but I'm very interested in seeing how it turns out.
Yeah, no, good pick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
And I left the one that you want really badly for you. You're welcome, Cole.
Well, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go off the beaten path a little bit here as well. Hey, you know me, I like cute things.
There's a lot of good cute shows, it looks like, this season.
I'm not big into like, that ecchi stuff, So that being said, I'm gonna pick our next manga review, Chain Soldier. Obviously, it's sitting here.
Yeah.
You guys have both passed up on it. I was hesitant to pick this first overall or first round, just because I'm not. There's something that's just not quite there for me right now. It's from Studio 7 Arcs, which, like, they've done Tonikawa, which is fine. Like, it's a pretty enough show. Like, they haven't done anything bad, so I'm not necessarily worried about that.
It's not a huge negative, but it's not really a positive, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun, goofy, colorful, and it'll have that other stuff in it that's always fun.
Yeah. And I mean, it feels, honestly, like, love it or hate it, I feel like this show, or this premise at least, like, it feels unique enough that it kind of stands on its own, as something interesting.
What is the premise again for this one?
It's basically about kind of like these demons that attack, and there's this like core of only women that fight back against them, and the main guy goes to join them, partially because he's looking for his sister, but he joins or he meets up with this girl who basically has the power to turn people into their I can't sugarcoat this, slave, and she turns him into this like
slaves,
monster.
Yeah,
that's one thing that kind of scares me a little bit for like the ratings side of this. But that's whatever.
Like the Japanese name is Mato Seihei no Slave.
Okay. They did a good job of changing the name for the Western release.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the manga. It's fun. And like I said, it's definitely colorful. I think it'll scratch those colorful itches.
I'll say that. It's very stylish, and I think it'll be good. I have a good feeling about this one, but I think in the second round, you've found yourself a lovely little pick here for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good value pick for sure.
I agree. I agree with that one. Now, Jay.
Yes.
If you would open up round 3 of the draft.
Yes. I just want to say, by the way, I would have drafted Chain Soldier 5th had Cole not, but I knew that was never happening.
If it was still, if he for some reason didn't take it there, like he was kind of like teasing us with, I was for sure taking it round 3.
Yeah. But what I am taking for round 3 is a show I think that a lot of people are probably going to be a little averse to, because the author released or had a show that came out that wasn't that hot a couple of seasons ago. But I think that this one is going to be the one. It's by Studio White Fox, and it's a show.
Oh, you jerk! I hate you. I'm literally looking at the tab right now,
and it looks very interesting. It kind of has that like Demon Slayer kind of vibe to it, and honestly, White Fox, like, they do a lot of good stuff. I mentioned this during our studio tournament, but like they always like handpick, like they're very choosy on what kind of things they do. And I think because they did that, they had a plan. They have a plan, and the trailer looks really good. And that show.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that you're like leaving the name till like the very dead end.
Yeah. That show is Sengoku Yoko.
Yeah, Jay's a furry confirmed.
Furry confirmed, yes.
Yeah.
This one seems super interesting. And it's weird because it's getting 37 episodes. They've already announced that. It's gonna be it's gonna be the rare 3-core show.
Yeah.
In one season.
I like it. I should have known, and this is available on Crunchyroll, I think Jay said as well. I should have known. I knew it was White Fox, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is probably on Jay's radar. And I didn't even process that he was probably going to take it before me. This is my next pick. No, yeah, this was going to be my next one.
Yeah,
actually,
he sniped it. He sniped me.
I did so much research into White Fox because, like, I was like, yeah, they do like a lot of they pick like a lot of good shows, and like there might be people arguing like, oh, but they did Ari Furuta and Ari Furuta sucked, but that one's kind of an outlier because it went to production hell. A lot of the people that worked on it were like all let go, and they made a whole new team that worked on the new one. The only thing we know of the original version of Ari Furuta is we got a poster, and honestly the poster looks like kind of interesting. I kind of want to see that version of Ari Furuta, but I'm looking forward to Sengoku Yoko.
Oh, me too. This is a great pick, Jay. I'm mad at you. Yeah. But this is definitely another one I'm going to be keeping up with. Like, everything about this just screams that I will like it.
Yeah. And like the trailer looks really good. And I know we've discussed before that like anime trailers are kind of bad at telling you what the show's about.
Yeah.
What they do a good job in my mind of is telling you like the production quality of the show.
Yeah.
And that can be really telling because there's some shows where if the trailer looks terrible, like how bad is the show going to look, you know? Yeah.
I think for me, like the thing that really interests me is the author of the mangaka, Satoshi Mizukami is like a renowned mangaka. Despite the fact that Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer didn't do so well, he like
that's the thing that's kind of scaring me, but I think the better studio is going to save it.
That, and also I think the fact that like I think Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, the adaptation itself was just a flop. Like I've heard that the manga is amazing.
Honestly, as someone who drafted that show, if they even just put any effort into it to making it a good show, it would have been a good show. But they just like it was like moments in the show where like a slideshow, like they're PNGs on the screen, and it's like what's happening right now? Like, how did they expect this to work? And I think that White Fox has, like you said, that track record that they're gonna at least make it a good adaptation.
For sure.
Good pick, Jay.
Thank you.
Pick. Mike, it's your pick next.
It's me, and thank you, Jay, for sniping us. I can see Cole's still frantically trying to find his next show. I have decided to go a little off my board here with something I was not probably going to take, but I'm going to take it here because I genuinely am struggling this season. There's not that many shows. There's not that much that isn't a sequel as well is part of it. And I'm going to take a show that I haven't watched before. I'm going to do the same thing I did with Goblin Slayer. I'm going to take a season 2 of a show I haven't watched.
Okay.
And the season 2 that I'm going to take is going to be animated by Studio JC staff. It's based on a light novel, and it's Tsukamichi Moonlight Fantasy Season 2. And I'm sort of drafting both seasons by taking this because I'm going to have to watch the first season as well. Essentially, what I've heard about this one is that it's kind of like, other than Konosuba, it's like the next closest thing. And I really love Konosuba, so I'm looking forward. I'm feeling a nice comedy in the new year, and I think this might hit the spot. It's kind of like a fantasy world with like comedy and silliness happening. I don't think I should probably summarize the second season, but the first season is Makoto Misumi is an average teenager who happens to be suddenly summoned into another world known as a hero. But the goddess of this world called him ugly and took his hero status away from him and sent him to the ends of the world. In the wastelands, he meets dragons, spiders, orcs, dwarves, and many other non-human races. And then he just goes about his business there, and he has numerous encounters, but will he be able to survive? A fantasy where a guy has been abandoned by gods and humanity and tries to reset his life in this world is about to begin. And it looks, from everything I've heard, it's quite funny. And the first season was quite well received. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, you always sewer yourself with the season 2 of a show that you haven't watched.
Yeah.
So you give yourself extra work for no reason. You don't need to.
But in my mind, it's good. I like it because it's a way to force me to watch season 1. And as my resolution in the first half went, I'm bad for putting things on the watch list and just letting them rot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a way to force my hand.
It's true.
I do appreciate that pick though. Like I think you got yourself to watch Goblin Slayer, and I think you like that show, right?
I did enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that'll happen again. And it'll get you to like you said, do that resolution thing where you're going through your backlog.
That's right. Even though this one doesn't qualify because it's not actually on my plan to watch.
Yeah, but it'll get you to start something new that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Nice. My turn, right?
Yes.
My turn. Okay. So what if you took Ayane Sakura and made her the main character, like she always is in everything?
Okay.
And called the show Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable.
I knew one of you guys was going to take this.
What would you do in that situation? Well, I'll tell you what I would do.
I would go Squee, probably.
I would draft it in the 3rd round is what I would do. This is my next pick. I mean, like, I just need something cute. I just need need some nice sweetness in my life.
It looks like that classic blend that Cole just so loves of like an attractive waifu who maybe is going to tease him a little bit. That's what looks like this is. I don't know anything about the manga. I think Jay said he's current on it. Yeah. Well, there's going to be Kithith for sure.
Yeah.
There's going to be Kithith.
This series is adorable and very sweet, and I am very much looking forward to it.
Very good. As per what Crunchyroll says, snowflakes aren't the only thing dropping in Hokkaido. So are Jaws, thanks to the super adorable gals who are turning the icy north into a hotbed of fashion and fun. Brace yourself for a winter storm of laughs, love, and killer outfits, as these gals prove that being cute isn't an all-season affair. Here, Frostbite meets Fashionista. Yeah, this'll be good. I'll enjoy this one. A nice light watch to make up for my heavy watches that I usually take. So this will be fun. I like this one.
No, I think that's a good pick, actually. I think it's fitting for the 3rd round too. I think this is where it belongs.
Me too.
Everything. I think there's lots of things better, and you kind of know what this one's going to be before. But I'm interested to see, because I'm glad you took it specifically, because you're kind of like, this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to slide nicely into your little rotation there.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Crunchyroll again.
Yes, Crunchyroll. Did I say my last one where it is? I don't remember. I'll look
Disney
it up.
Plus.
No, please no.
I think Crunchyroll has it.
I just assume Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
High Dive has Chain Soldier, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
That's their like one show this season.
Yeah.
That's their big get. Now, Jay, your big get is your 4th round. What are you
my 4th pick. I feel like a part of me is saying, Mike, I'm very sorry for this one, but the other half is saying I'm taking a big gamble because it's an original, and it's
you son of a. Stop sniping me.
It's an anime by Studio Mappa, and it follows the story of Buchigiri, follows Aladdin Tomobishi, a young man who becomes embroiled in a battle to see who is strongest after he reunites with his former best friend, Matakara Asamine. Meanwhile, the shadow of a giant genie looms over them.
Jay, you're screwing me here, my guy.
Man, I looked at this and I'm honestly kind of interested in it.
It's an original by Mappa. The creators did like Fruits Basket, Ranking of Kings, all sorts of good stuff.
Skate the Infinity.
Skate the Infinity. Well, I think that's the Mappa guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Hiroko Utsumi. He also did Dororo. He's an episode director and storyboarder. Banana Fish. This is going to get dark for sure. And Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. I'm taking a bit of a gamble because like it is an original, so there's no knowing like how this is going to go. But I mean,
I left this one here because I was like, there's no way Jay's going to take a Mappa show and Cole probably doesn't know it exists. So I thought I was safe, but no, I was never safe.
You're never
great
safe.
Pick, Jay. Great
You're
pick,
never
Jay.
safe here in AniPro Studios.
I can't wait for you to say how much you hate this show, and then I'll be like, it's good. What are you talking about, you silly little goose?
Honestly, I feel like all my picks kind of line up with the fact that I am going to be nice to popular shows.
I feel like you're literally drafting, like if you swap mine and your list, I feel like they make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Good pick though, Jay. I'm looking forward to see what my favorite studio puts out for you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to this show, and I hope that you enjoy it too.
I will enjoy your entire draft list, except for. Okay, I think I'm ready to take my next pick. After scrambling to recover from this atrocity of the draft,
I feel bad now.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna go with, I guess, I'm gonna go with Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp. Let me read the description for you. It's based on a manga by Studio Maho Film. Have you heard of them? I haven't. Making up for her sins in a past life as an evil princess, Elise, her name's Elise, Aoi Takamoto dedicates her life to saving people as a doctor. But in a fun reverse double isekai situation, a fatal accident cuts her atonement short, and suddenly she's back into her previous life, 10 years before her death. Will her foresight and medical brilliance help her change her past ways and heal an ailing empire, or is fate doomed to repeat itself? Kind of a bit of a gamble by me here too. Another one of the female protagonists, but it's an interesting concept, and I'm curious to see where it goes. This one's available on Crunchyroll as well, and I'd like to know what you guys think of this one.
Sorry, what show was this?
Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp.
There it is.
Yeah. Girl in a pink dress is the...
Jay, do you know anything about this one?
I don't, just that it's based on a manhwa.
Is it a manhwa? Yeah.
It's a manhwa. The manhwa was based on a novel, but I think they're adapting the manhwa.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't know it was a manhwa. It just says manga. They don't differentiate on AniList, and that kind of makes it tough for me. Yeah,
they just say manga, and then they like have the country of origin in brackets after you click on it, but they don't show it in the previews, which is silly. But honestly, like I feel like this might be a sneaky pick. Like it does.
It passed all my tests, so I'll say that. It passed I looked at the manga. The manga is rated it's decent. It's like a mid 7. It's finished, so that's also a good sign. And the trailer looked okay as well. Like the animation looks good. So I think this could be an interesting one.
Yeah. I think it does have the same problem that Soul Leveling does in where manhwa don't really have good track records, but like you never know.
It's gotta work sometime, right? There's always gotta be a first. They've been trying to be for a first while.
Eventually.
Yeah.
They've been trying to hit the mark and having a tough time. Is it my turn?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, I just picked something cute, so I won't pick something cute again. I'll pick some shoujo-y goodness here. I'm completely swinging in the dark here. I've got
it's tough, honestly.
We're getting to the point here where like I knew what I'd want like in my top 3. But now at this point, I'm just kind of going strictly off of, this one's shoujo, based on a manga. The Demon Prince of Momochi House.
Demon Prince of Momochi House. I'm trying to find this one.
On her 16th birthday, orphan Himari Momochi inherits her ancestral estate that she's never seen. Momochi House exists on the barrier between the human and spiritual realms, and Himari is meant to act as a guardian between the two worlds. But on the day she moves in, she finds 3 handsome squatters already living in the house, and one seems to have already taken over her role. That is from Viz Media.
So this is the one that I sent. Me and Zaina will send things back and forth of like, oh, here's the upcoming anime that we see in like a reel or something on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And the Fox gentleman who's in this, she got very excited about because he looks like Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss. He honestly looks, he's a spitting image of him. So I can see that this is going to be a solid little shoujo romp for you.
Well, too bad for Zaina because I'm watching it and you're not allowed to. This one will be on Crunchyroll. Yeah, I like shoujo, so I'm sure I'll get a kick out of this one. As long as it's not just like, there's different kinds of shoujo. Like I don't want just like, oh, these boys are so cute. Like I want some good drama shoujo.
Looking at the recommendations for the manga anyway, it seems like you kind of have maybe have a good pick here actually, Cole, because Noragami's recommended on it as well. Kami-sama Kiss. I don't know much of the other ones. Toilet Bound, Hanako-kun.
I know that
Natsume's Book of Friends, Inspector. Yeah. There's some things that are up your alley there, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I enjoy some of first Yeah. Jay, do you know anything about this one?
I don't. I think that honestly, when I first saw the poster, my first thought was Inspector, and I know you like Inspector, so I mean, who knows? It might be good. It might be really good.
Yeah, it's hard to say. We're shooting in the dark, like Cole said.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm a little hesitant on is the manga is sitting at a very nice average score of 69.
Nice.
Yeah, which is, I'd like that to be a little higher, but we are in the 4th round, so.
Yeah. At this point, you're kind of just shooting for like things you might like, honestly.
Yeah.
The studio that's doing this did the Konosuba
movies,
Megumin.
Yeah, and they're doing the season 3 of Konosuba.
Yeah. And also To Your Eternity season 2. So I mean, they do have a pretty decent track record.
Yeah, they're newer. They're a newer studio, but yeah, they've got. They haven't released a turd yet, so hopefully this isn't the first one.
Yeah.
Now, Jay.
Yes.
Hopefully your next pick isn't a turd.
My next pick, and my last pick. There are a lot of shows that I want to draft, but I feel like I can only pick one because that's how the rules go.
Yeah,
that is accurate. Yep.
I feel like there are some shows that like if it wasn't a season 3, I would have been drafting them, but
we'll talk about some of those after.
Yeah. Even season 2 I'm kind of averse to because I want to highlight the newer stuff over the returning things. And for that reason, I'm going to pick a show that I think would be more attributed to myself. I feel like I'm picking a lot of shows that are just like the popular, people are going to enjoy this show. But I should stay true to myself a little bit. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to pick a show by Studio Children's Playground Entertainment.
What is that?
I'm picking The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil.
This is the J show of the season.
This is the J show.
It looks like the angel next door spoils me rotten. It looks like all of those genre of shows.
Basically, the main plot, if I were to summarize it, the show's on Crunchyroll, by the way. Masatora Akutsu, a demon on a recruitment mission in a human high school, is drafting allies for hell against the heavenly angels. But when seated beside the captivating Lilia Mane, he's in for a devilishly hilarious celestial surprise. So yeah, I from the little I've read of it, it has like a very slapstick comedy side to it, as well as just that romance stuff that I always eat up. So
it looks like your classic like solid romance, and I think I suspect you're gonna like it actually.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like something that you're definitely a J show.
Yeah.
What's the manga rated? 72%. Yeah, that's a good sign for sure.
Now, Mike.
Yes,
you have
pick.
one final pick to make.
After the draft has not gone my way,
I'm sorry.
I will continue along my merry way and find something else here. There's a couple of shows that all have kind of piqued my interest a little bit, and I'm still sort of waffling between them. I don't know where I want to go. There's this one here, the Fluffy Paradise, I find interesting. It's kind of like, we'll talk about it after, actually. There's one, 'Tis Time for Torture Princess, that looks interesting as well. But I think the one I'm going to go with, I'm really kind of stalling because I clicked on it and then I lost it. I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
Now we could help him stall.
You could help me stall, but it's way more fun for you to not
it's
help
more
me,
fun
I think,
to
right?
But
just
why would we
allow
do
you-
that?
Why would we help him?
Oh,
stalling.
Yeah.
Good job, Jay. Good job stalling.
Thank you for stalling for me. My next pick is, again, it's going to be a strange one here. I don't know anything about it. Jay might. It's another shoujo with a male protagonist this time.
Okay.
Kind of rare for a shoujo, actually.
Yeah.
The name of the manga is Mr. Villain's Day Off, and they haven't had an English title here yet. I'm assuming that's going to be what the English title is Mr. Villain's Day Off. I'll read the synopsis for the manga for you. One evil supervillain spends most of his time hatching nefarious plots to take over the world, but on his days off, nothing gets between him and the cute pandas he adores. This fresh, charming comedy series answers the age-old question of what a villain does off the clock. So basically, like, it's this guy's like an evil dude, but it's like a slice of life comedy of him just kind of like, it's his days off. And I feel like I could use maybe a nice something warm and fuzzy for my new year. So this will be my pick for there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at this one too, Mike.
It looks interesting, I would say.
It looks like it could be a nice show where you just, you put it on at the end of the day and you're like, nice.
Honestly, I think
like wrapping yourself in a blanket.
Yeah. I think Mike's got something here. Like, I mean, just looking at the recommendations, Way of the House Husband, Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, Welcome to the Demon School, Iruma-kun, Psyche Kusuo. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Sakamoto Days. Tis Time for Torture Princess.
Yeah.
The one I almost picked. Devil is a part-timer. Yeah.
And and the manga's sitting at a 75-77%. So I mean,
I suspect this one might be a bit of a sleeper. I like the art style too. It looks unique and interesting too. It kind of reminds me of Isekai Uncle that came out a couple seasons ago as well. Just by the art style a little bit, that it's kind of weird looking, but in a good way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this one's good or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also kind of going completely off the board. I know. I don't think this has an adaptation of a manga that is releasing. It has no score. It's from Studio OLM though, which means at least it should be animated well. And it's Pon no Michi. I'm going with. The anime is set in Hiroshima Prefecture's Onomichi City, where a high school student, Nashiko Jippensha, was kicked out of her house. Without a place to play with her friends, she learns that mahjong parlor that her father used to own is now vacant. She fixes the mahjong parlor and turns it into a place where she and her friends can have fun, cook, have tea, and sometimes play mahjong. I think this will scratch my itch for the next season of Eurocamp. So that's why I'm picking it. I like these kind of shows. Cute girls doing cute things.
I was going to say, like, I feel like this is, again, in your groove here. Like, this is just more of what you know you're going to like. And I feel like it's a good pick for you here at the very end. Just something that, like you said, the show that you can put on at the end of a nice, tough day of talking to your co-host for like 4 hours. And you put on an episode of this and you kind of just zone out and just enjoy some nice, fluffy, cute girls doing cute things.
Yeah,
it's literally the third tag. You're going to learn something about mahjong in this one, though, as the thing that's interesting. Cole's going to get addicted to mahjong, I predict.
I've played mahjong before, like on the computer.
Maybe we're going to start a mahjong club.
Maybe.
First we play White. 2023 was the year of Weiss Schwartz. 2024 is the year of Mahjong.
Man, remember Weiss Schwartz?
No. We don't talk about that.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of the draft.
Yeah.
So obviously there are shows here that we couldn't draft, sequels, stuff like that. Jay, I almost took season 2 of The Dangers in My Heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised
neither of you did, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I wanted to prioritize like new stuff that was coming out over.
I appreciate that.
Over sequels, just because I feel like it would be more interesting to highlight the new stuff over.
Oh, definitely. Totally understandable. Yeah.
I wish you didn't, though, because you kept stealing my picks. But
I'm sorry. I genuinely feel a little bad about that, but at the same time,
it's
the art of war, baby.
I would have, man. I would have liked getting the show with the cool looking fox girl on the poster, but that's cool. I guess you got it. So
honestly,
cool.
You know what, Jay? Actually, thinking about it, you deserve to have a really good draft because you watched all of Buta Reba. For the sin of drafting Buta Reba first overall. You earned this. You earned this draft.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Mike's made a good argument.
At the end of the day, who really won here is the question.
Yeah. You didn't have to watch Buta Reba from start to finish.
I watched like 7 minutes when we had our watch party. Oh, I'm excited. Watch parties will start up in the new year too again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, anything else you guys wanted that kind of caught your eye a little bit?
I wanted to talk. Sorry, I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not super sorry. I'm just going to go first anyway.
No,
Tis time for torture, princess. The name scares you a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds like some hentai. Yeah.
One of the characters' names is Tortura Torture. But from what I can tell, the torture that happens to this princess, who is adorable, by the way, is that they eat delicious food in front of her. And she's like, no, I want to eat the delicious food. And they're like, no, I'm eating the delicious food. Screw you, princess. And then it just looks very cute and fluffy. And I really thought about taking it.
I thought you would take it.
It looks fun. It looks very fun. I'm probably going to end up regretting not taking it.
I only saw the Japanese title, but like the poster of it is cute girl sitting in front of like just a heaping pile of nice looking food. I thought for sure this would be a Mike anime.
So the tags are food, cute girls doing cute things, demons, female protagonist, monster girl, slapstick. Yashike, I feel like I should know what that means, but I never. Primary aim is to heal the audience through serene depictions of characters' daily lives. We've learned something just now. Yeah,
that's like the shows that I like. Just the warm fuzzies.
This is going to be a sleeper, I think. Studio. Go ahead.
Senko-san, Helpful Fox Senko-san.
Yeah. Studio Pine Jam is like a more renowned than some of the other studios doing stuff this season too. So I think there's something here. I feel like this might be a bit of a sleeper.
I'll probably watch this.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be one that we do a watch party for, just so we can get a taste. Might be a good choice for that.
Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Jay had one he wanted to talk about next.
So I did want to talk about a show, but I also want to remind you that we also have anime of the season, new anime pick to make.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, okay. I mean, pick one. We each talked about one.
Yeah. But I'm also looking forward to Sasaki and Peeps.
I was looking at that one too.
It looks funny. It looks fun. It's an isekai with a guy that's just like a middle-aged office worker. I'm looking forward to this. It's got like a star-studded cast with Rie Takahashi, Tomokazu Sugita, Aoi Yuki, by Studio Silverlink. I don't know.
There's kind of a lot of good pieces there, right? And it's matter. I feel like that also has a chance to end up being one of the good shows of the season for sure.
I'm keeping this one on my radar, but I'm not going to. I didn't want to draft it because I feel like it could go that downhill route. But
no. Before we do our new anime pick of the season and anime of the season picks, should we recap our lists?
Sure. Yes, let's do that.
Let us.
Jay, why don't you?
For sure. So my picks for this season were Solo Leveling, A Sign of Affection, Sengoku Yoko, Buchigiri, and The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil.
And then my picks were Delicious in Dungeon, The Witch and the Beast, Tsukamichi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2, Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp, and Mr. Villain's Day Off.
Nice.
Nice.
Now you'll have to forgive me because my shows were kind of all over the place, but I opened up my draft with Metallic Rouge. Then I went with Chain Soldier, I believe.
Yep.
Then I went with Hokkaido Girls Are Super Adorable. Then I went with, oh my goodness, how far did I scroll down? Was it the Demon Prince?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Demon
Demon
Prince,
Prince of Momochi House. And then I wrapped it all up nicely with a nice bow with Pon no Michi.
Very nice.
And that was everything. So Jay, because you had the worst score last season, you are allowed to pick the new anime of the season first.
No, I thought because you won, you get to pick first.
Okay, then I will go first.
He's not gonna argue with that.
Nope, I'm not. And I'm gonna go with new anime of the season.
It's a tough season to pick these two.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling about Metallic Rouge. I'm gonna go with that one.
You sly dog.
Ooh. He's playing dirty pool.
Yeah,
He is.
Michael,
He
it's
is.
your turn.
I'm gonna go with Delicious in Dungeon. Play it safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna like this show. I thought about I could even go it for my anime of the season, but I'm gonna go Delicious in Dungeon.
Nice. And
Okay.
Jay?
I'm gonna go with Sign of Affection.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
pick.
I feel
For
like
my-
that's a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just general anime of the season. So this can be a sequel. This can be anything.
That's correct. But it can't be any of those three.
No, it can be. We can reset.
Oh, I thought it couldn't be.
Yeah, I
No,
thought
it's just
couldn't.
we can't like pick over each other.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So, for just general anime of the season, it's tough. But like, to be honest, I don't. You know what? I'm going Dangers in My Heart season 2. I feel like if people
Whoa.
are watching season 2, they're
Yeah, off the
gonna
board.
rate it high.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my anime of the season being.
It's a strategitic pick.
That is a strategic pick. It
Yeah.
makes sense. You're kind of just basically guaranteeing that you have decent scores for the next one. I'm gonna go. Oh, do I go solo leveling? Yeah, what the hell? I'll go solo leveling.
You
Nice.
sly dog, you.
Good. I'm glad I sniped you for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I don't have that. So, I guess do I lower my score, or do I just play?
He's so cocky now.
I'm not cocky. It's just like I don't, because like I know the
Do I lower this illustrious score?
No,
that I've crafted?
if I pick Classroom of the Elite season 3, I feel like it'll
yeah.
lower the overall.
No, actually, that should be a pretty safe score, I would think, because the people who are still watching are gonna obviously like it.
I guess
right?
so.
Yeah.
Okay, you've convinced me to want to pick one of my favorite light novels, my favorite light novel adaptations, in Classroom of the Elite season 3.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good one.
It's gonna wrap up the first year too, I think. So it should be a pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think we ever mentioned this, but starting this year, we can't make any changes.
No,
Everything's
correct.
locked
Yep.
in.
Locked in.
And-
Locked in.
baby.
I'm going to
That's
regret
it.
that Dangers in My Heart pick, but that's the way she goes.
Yep.
Can I change it right now?
Yeah, you have till the end of the episode. I'd
Yeah,
say.
you have to. Yeah.
You know what? Because Jay just left it there, and I got a good feeling about it. I'm gonna swap out Dangers in My Heart for Sengoku Yoko.
Couldn't resist the Fox girl.
Couldn't resist the
No,
Fox girl.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks like something that'll be rated well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Part of it has to be true to your heart as your anime of the season, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The strategic pick just ain't it. It ain't it. No,
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it.
No, feel dirty.
Any other changes you guys want to make, or should we, Mike? You can name our next review if you'd like.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to pull it back up so I can remember my hints. So I said it was supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
I said that it has a male protagonist, I believe. It's based on a manga that came out a couple years before. It is 12 episodes, 12
Okay.
24-minute episodes. Came out in 2020, the winter season. The
Okay.
average score is 78% by Studio Lerche. Genres are action, comedy, drama, mystery, supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
The big tag here that might have gave it away is the ghost tag or the yokai tag. I picked for us to review next Toilet Bound
Yes.
Hanako-kun.
Ooh.
Yes, that's what I was gonna guess, and I'm excited to watch it. I've watched a few episodes of it, but I'd never had the incentive to keep watching it.
That's kind of how I feel too. It's always looked cool and interesting, and I've always wanted to kind of watch it, and now I finally get to. I'm
And
sorry,
it-
Bakano, but we're gonna have to watch this one. Yeah.
It is pretty
Go ahead.
topical too, because we just got a short recently, and there's a season 2, or allegedly a season 2 on the way. So
Mhm.
Oh, yes, that's true.
And I mean, hey, Hanako-kun is his seiyuu is the same as Shinji Ikari, so I mean,
Mm.
it's awesome. Now I would like to do something to wrap up our year,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
and that would be I've been collecting points,
Oh,
gentlemen, for the teeny tiny trophy that I don't have in
So
possession
small,
yet.
tiny. Yes.
Maybe I do, and it's just so small that you can't see it.
It's in the mail. Checks in the mail.
It's in the mail. So in third place with 4 victories for this year,
Oh,
Jalian. Congratulations. You
Really?
did win
Oh.
4. Yeah.
and I feel like those 4 were all in like the last. He had a strong last
he had a
half of the
strong
year.
on a
last
streak.
half.
Yeah.
He had a strong last half.
What is the total? Like, what was the total amount of points that could, if someone won everything?
18.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next up, second place, Michael.
Oh.
5 points.
Oh
Rigged.
no.
Yeah.
Rigged.
So that
Rigged.
means
Hackers.
Rigged.
I won. Mike and I were tied. Like Jay was right there. It's just that I won the last 2 things.
Okay.
I won the most recent fan vote with Toradora, and the one before that I don't. Oh, this draft. I won this
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I with 7 points, I win the teeny tiny trophy, and it will be on display eventually.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Put your
big
name on it.
fanfare.
Carve it
Yeah.
in a tiny little tag.
Tiny, teeny, tiny little tag.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Cole. Congratulations on your victory.
Congratulations on your rigged victory.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would say
Thank you.
well earned, but it was rigged. So
It was well earned. It was tough trying to figure out how to award it
How
to
to
myself.
yeah.
to give
This was a
yourself
fun
extra points.
episode, guys. This was fun.
I
This
always
was a
love
lot
our
of fun.
drafts. They're fun.
Yeah.
Next week will be fun too, because next week I can do a preview. Next week we will be doing the
Awards.
awards, and then then we can move on from there. But for now, this is the end of this week's episode. You can go to our website for more fun stuff, AniProPod.com. Please leave a like, review, subscribe, give us 5 stars, tell a friend about us, and have them listen to this wonderful podcast. You can also come to our Discord. We've got watch parties over there, games, chats, etc. All of that good stuff. The other thing that we would like to ask you so meekly to support us on Patreon, you get an early episode, bonus episode, extra vote, special chat in the Discord, priority mailbag, whatever, all of that. You also get your name listed off at the end of the episode. Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Brain Dead B-Dog, Super Mexi, Peach, Frama, Kratost, and Just Juzz. Those were not random words I was saying. Those are actually the names of our patrons. Thank
And
you
they're
all
great
so
names.
much.
Yeah.
That was everyone.
Jay let this just gigantic sneeze rip midway through your spiel, Cole.
Oh, I was too busy reading. Yeah.
I thought he was going to fall out of his chair for the 3rd time.
Well, and lastly, of course, if you like Japanese snacks, why don't you consider buying a TokyoTreat box? There's a link in the description below, and use code AniPro for $5 off your first box. We'll be back next week. Jay, why don't you wrap this bad boy up?
And as we say at the end of every episode, and I mean every episode of the Anime Protagonist podcast, bye-bye.
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 Bye bye.